Hi everyone, this is Disha Dioxide and you are watching COO Secrets, what made them successful and how we can make it. Today I am here with Santosh Gundapi, who is the youngest CEO of AT&S India. Today we will hear about his journey and his experiences. What are the real life products where your company's products are being used, sir?
Good. So basically AT&S stands for Austere Technology and System Technique. We also call it as an Austere Technology and Advanced Applications, basically, And basically we have two divisions. Okay, and one is called as Electronic Solutions, and the other one is Microelectronics.
Okay.
So Electronic Solutions, basically we work for automotive, industrial, medical segment, and including the aerospace business.
Okay.
Whereas a Microelectronics completely works on the substrate division. The India plant belongs to the Electronics division.
Okay.
Where we do Electronic Solutions business division. Like example, you have got an phone, right? So in the phone you have got an PCB, printed circuit board, we call it as. That is what we make it.
Oh.
Probably you traveled in a car. So the car has got a lot of electronics parts. The example, engine control unit, body control unit, the sensors, your headlamp, your rear lamp, all those things, basically it consists of electronics. If you look at your car value, maybe I can give an example as a student, right now, earlier it used to be 70 or 80% used to be your metal part or the body part, whatever you call it as the hardware part that used to cost. Now it is changing. Every year, the electronics share of your costing of a car is increasing compared to your body part. That is how it is getting incorporated. Right now, we are talking about auto driving systems and radar systems and so on. So all those requires a lot of PCBs, and that is where our company exists. You take any of the electronics that requires an PCB, printed circuit board, or an electronic solution, or a substrate, basically. So this division, we work for automotive industry, the industrial segment, like machine-to-machine communication and so on. And that also the little bit portion for the medical segment.
Okay.
So these are the three divisions where we really work from AT&S. And from our other division, we also are into the high-speed computing and then 5G, then radar applications and so on.
Wonderful, sir. That's actually really interesting. We didn't know that.
Yeah, maybe I can elaborate it what the company and then how the technology is evolving into AT&S. The normal human hair basically is of 100 micron.
Okay.
So normal human hair head is around 100 micron. And what we do the technology at this point of time in AT&S India is 50 micron line width and spacing, we call it as.
Okay.
That means you divide your hair into the half. That is a conductor width what we are talking.
Oh my God.
And the spacing, what we call it means, it is the spacing between one conductor to other conductor is again half of your hair width.
Wow.
So that is so much interconnected. That is how the more smaller is the chip, it is more costlier. The more compact it is. Because everybody wants all 100 applications in a small space, right? That is how the world is evolving.
Yes.
So the smaller the PCBs, the lesser the line width and spacing, it is more difficult to manufacture. And we are very proud that AT&S India is the only company which is in bulk manufacturing of high density interconnect boards in India.
Wow. Wow.
So we are the leading manufacturer of printed circuit boards in India.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What general skills do you look for in a potential employee, sir?
Good. So most of the times when we do the interviews, the only thing that we look at this point of time is attitude and the logical thinking. Because whatever that you learned in your diploma or engineering or ITI, basically, that is only the basics. Trust me, I am in this industry from last 20 years. Whatever I learned in my engineering days, I have not even used 5% out of it.
Oh.
That is how it is. And most of the professionals whom I talk, basically, what we learned and then what we do is totally different. So the engineering degree will basically tell you how to think logically. It doesn't give an ready-made material what industry needs at this point of time. That is why there is a lot of industry and education institution panels are ongoing at this point of time. What industry requires, what education institutions are delivering at this point of time.
As a clash.
As a clash. And if you look at the new education system, basically, that's the reason government is also pushing the education institution to have collaboration with the industries. Because the industry needs X and they are teaching Y. And first we need to teach the professor itself. Because they are not equipped to what industry requirement. So in a newcomer or a new journey, basically, we just look for an attitude, the right attitude, whether he wants what he wants to do in his life, whether he will be an employee for a couple of years with us, what he wants to achieve in his life, what is the ambition, and so on. At the meantime, we'll see whether he is logical thinking guy or not. That's what is the two qualities that we look into it. That is how most of the companies are looking into it. If you look at any of the companies nowadays entrance exam, it is most of the aptitude questions, the logical reasoning. Why they are doing it? They are not asking any technical questions in the first round. That is because that gives a confidence to them that any will groom them later. The training will be given by the companies. So over a period of time, after 6 months or 1 year, then we'll make them employable. So I always tells, if you look at it, the degree and the skills, these are basically the two sides of the same coin. So a degree without a skill or a skill without a degree, both are empty. So you need to have both. So we need to develop the skills in the students so that they are employable. So we just look at attitude plus logical thinking, and that's it.
So marks doesn't matter, sir.
The entrance marks will be there minimum 60%, but most of the students will get any 60% nowadays. So that shouldn't be any hurdle.
It's not too important.
That is not so important. If like example, whether you'll ask me at any given point of time what percentage I scored, no, right? Because after over a period of experience, you'll only ask what you did in your previous job. Maybe I can elaborate it like example. SLC marks card is required to get a PUC examination, and PUC marks card is required to get an engineering degree, and engineering certificate is required to get a first job.
After that, it's just experience.
Exactly. So your experience matters a lot rather than your certificate. Even I have forgotten what percentage actually I did it in my engineering, so it doesn't matter in the story.
Oh, okay. Wonderful, sir. Now we'll move on to the motivation section, sir.
Yes.
What or who was your biggest motivation?
Still, I am a big fan of Ratan Tata, Mr. Ratan Tata.
Oh, okay.
You just read a biography or how he converted the Tata Group into such a big successful company. In his career of, let's say, 21 years, where he was really heading the complete Tata Group, he multiplied the revenues by 40 times and the profit by 50 times.
Wow.
And look at even at this age now, how much active he is and how much importance he also gives it basically back to society. Whether it is education development or it is the R&D center development or any social cause the moment he comes forward. And a person who is down to earth. Whenever you talk to him or hear the story about him, you feel very proud of him end of the day. A very ethical guy and then very simple person, very down to earth guy. And you cannot value a person by wearing what he is wearing or what kind of brand he is wearing. He never show off any of the things. If he wants, he can get really anything out of the world,
Yes.
But you talk to him or you just listen to any of his speech. He always humble and he's a down-to-earth guy. And then he always respect the employees. Even when he goes to his own companies, he stand in the queue for lunch along with the employees. That is a kind of personality that I am always fan of him, basically.
Okay. That's actually a very good motivation to have than some celebrity who is like this and all. These Gen Z people, usually they are like, I want to be this celebrity, that celebrity. So saying Ratan Tata is your motivation, I think it should be good for them. It should resonate among them.
That's exactly what I'm trying to tell it. Because the heroes, what we see it on the screen, they are not the real heroes in the day. It is only the job that they are doing it for 3 hours of moving. And if you look into their real life, they are not the real heroes or they are not the real models basically whom we need to follow. So these are the real life heroes. And it is very interesting to see, how he evolved the entire organizations or still how much he is active.
There's so much to learn from them.
Correct. And how much he's giving it back to society. Look at his earnings and at the meantime, how much he really spends it back on the society. And the respect what he's giving it back to society. That is most important for me in a personality. And that is why Ratan Tata is the biggest fan. I am the biggest fan of Mr. Ratan Tata.
Wonderful, sir. What are your personal goals, sir?
It is very hard to tell you, to be honest with you. But at least I want to get retired at the age of 45. That is my personal goal now. It is done enough now, and maybe another 10 years. Let's put it that way. Yeah, 5 to 10 years you work, and then afterwards you just take a retired life, and then do something for the society. I have gained a lot of things from the society, and now maybe after the age of 45, 50, yeah. So I want to give it back to society. Some are in other way. I don't know exactly which way, but I'll find a way so that I can contribute it back to the society.
Wonderful, sir. How do you stay motivated every day, sir? You said it is your passion to come to work. What drives that passion every day, sir?
See, whenever I come to the plant every day, let's say, yesterday is gone, okay, and tomorrow will never come, and today is the only day what you need to make up. That is how I get up and then say myself. And since you have taken it as a passion, always whenever you are getting up, you always think, okay, today I need to do this activities. Sometimes even when I'm sitting at a breakfast or coffee, I'll be still thinking, so what are the tasks I need to complete it today? And nobody will ask you to do it. But end of the day, you want to do it because of your passion. And when you start driving it as a passion, it is no more stress for you. So even sometimes in the night time, I'll be looking at my calendar next day, what I have to do it. And then morning itself, I know exactly how many meetings I have got, and then how much I need to do it, and then what are the other things that are not yet incorporated in my calendar, which I need to look into it. That is how it drives me every day. And then it is a motivation coming by yourself.
Intensive motivation.
Intensive motivation, basically. Internal motivation that will push you. And if it is an external motivation, it will die down within short period of time.
Yes, that is true.